Do you ever wonder how your body moves? Your body moves by using your muscle. You couldn't do any of your daily activities if it weren't for your muscles. But what are muscles exactly? What a good question. There are actually 3 kinds of muscle. The first kind is smooth muscle, and this is the muscle found in places like your gut or the stomach. The second kind of muscle is cardiac muscle, and this is the kind of muscle that is specific to your heart. The third kind of muscle is skeletal muscle, and this is the muscle your body uses to move. It's also used for posture, joint stabilization, and heat production. And skeletal muscle is what we're going to focus on. Muscles are organs, meaning they have nerves, blood vessels, and connective tissue. A special kind of connective tissue they have are tendons. And tendons are what attach the bone to the muscle. Without this connection of muscle to bone, movement could not happen. Muscles are made of layers. The outermost layer, or the skin of the muscle, is called the epimysium. Right underneath the epimysium is another layer, and this is called the perimysium. Inside the perimysium, there are individual muscle fibers. And a muscle fiber is just another way of saying muscle cell. So if you're looking at a muscle, the order goes epimysium, perimysium, muscle fiber. Compared to a normal cell, a muscle cell is huge. It can be centimeters long. And another thing is it has one nucleus, and a muscle cell is multinucleic, meaning there is more than one nucleus in each individual cell. And the nucleus is just the brain of the cell.
Now let's look at how muscles move. Muscles are made up of many different layers and cells. An individual muscle cell is called a muscle fiber. Muscle fibers are made up of different proteins called filaments. Thin filaments are called actin, and thick filaments are called myosin. When myosin binds to actin, they pull together and cause the muscle to contract. Now let's look at how these proteins know how and when to contract. When you start to move, the brain sends electrical signals to the muscle through motor nerves. The chemical delivered to the muscle is called acetylcholine. Acetylcholine allows calcium to enter into the muscle cell. Calcium prepares the actin protein so that myosin can bind to it. This binding is what causes muscle contraction. When muscles move, they use a special kind of energy. This energy is called ATP. This energy comes from the carbohydrates, sugars, and fats that you eat. This provides energy for your whole body.
During exercise, the type of muscle that is moving the body, arms, and legs is called skeletal muscle, where that muscle attaches to the bone closest to the center of the body is called its origin. At the other end of that very same muscle, it attaches at the bone farthest from the center of the body, and that part is called its insertion. When you start to exercise, you contract that muscle, causing it to shorten, which pulls the origin and insertion together, making the joint move. When you lift weights, a concentric contraction has to happen to bring the weight up, and that is when your muscle shortens. In order for you to return that weight to its original position, an eccentric contraction has to happen, and that is when your muscle shortens and lengthens at the same time.
During exercise, muscles can become damaged. Special cells called satellite cells are then sent and insert themselves between muscle tears. Since cells were added to the muscle, it becomes larger and stronger. Once a muscle becomes stronger, it will take more to damage it again. Because of this, we must constantly increase the intensity that we exercise at. So instead of going for a morning walk, you go for a morning run. All of this takes place during your favorite daily activities without you even realizing.